Easy people. Everyone's fine and dandy. Welcome back. Just going to be doing a nice little episode where I've been collecting some nugs out and about. But the first thing I want to start off with is we're bang in the middle of a heat wave. Extremely hot. It's in its early 40s. No rain for weeks. Yet this little fella gushing out, still gushing out underneath the cathedral. So we've been monitoring this now. Well, I've been monitoring this since January this year, and it's still gushing now. So at the beginning of the year, we could have used water, rainwater, or weather water from the weathers. We could call that what could be coming out. But because it's been so dry recently, there's no excuse now apart from it's diverted spring water. That's all it could be. So big up small town. Big up Jolly Man. I'm just squeezing this in. Hopefully I don't get nothing wrong. It seems all right so far. Seems all right. So yeah, she's still going. And let me show you. Mental stuff. Right, so let's get to this business. There is she. There's one video in particular. This one. So I don't know if I showed you this yet, but so on my job doing deliveries, I was sharing. I was delivering some stuff that I normally deliver. I had to go to Gozo to deliver it. So while I was there, I couldn't help but notice there was one of the walls. Well, it's meant to be a mountain or a cliffside or whatever you want to call it. But wait till you see there's parts of it that are in pristine condition. Am I still having problems with the electricity? Small, but not as bad as it was. Nowhere near as bad as it was, but it's a lot better. Hello, Rilo. Big up, mate. Yeah, let me show you. Let me just show you this clip. So on the wall here on the left-hand side is what we need to be watching out for, right? Not this wall here. Here. This wall here. You can see that this here, the bit I'm touching with the mouse, is the finished wall of a wall. This here has been damaged so much it just looks like a natural massive piece of rock. But wait till you see it. So you can clearly see here, everything below this point has been damaged. All of this is damaged. But there's still this part here that was absolutely pristine. So was this part of some complex that's been smashed up to pieces? And this is just one of the crumbs poking out, like the tip of the iceberg. Because the questions that I ask is, why is all of this damaged and then this bit just looks absolutely perfect? You'll see. So everything below this point, all of this is damaged. And here, look at it. It's humongous as well. And again, you can almost see there's some sort of lines going across it. It's like it was a geopolymer wall, megalithic wall. When just look at it. Like, how comes this bit's just survived? And how comes everything else has been smashed up? But that's a completely flush, straight wall. And look at these little print lines going up at 45-degree angles. Very interesting. Look at it. And again, you've got a little bit of it here, but all this in between. So here, you can see this bit that I'm touching here. And here. So this bit, what's going on with the mouse? This bit's come away, right? It seems to be in good condition here. All the way underneath the mouse, all of this bit seems to be good. This whole section seems to be good. And a little bit here. But this here in between has come away. This has all come away. And all up here. Look at it. It just seems to me like someone's smashed this up on purpose. Look, you can see like the denting of it where it's come away. So there you go. What do you say about that? Because that was just very peculiar. But now it's just all damaged and it looks like a natural, just looks like a natural like hillside. But look. Because there's a certain picture that I'm going to show you in a minute when I took it at a high point when I was in Gozo. And it just looked, I was looking at the horizon and it was just like flat tops. Let me show you what I mean. Dodgy roads, eh? Dodgy roads. Actually really good to drive around here as well. Maybe I was going a little bit too fast here, like because you can just fall off the edge, but I don't mind a bit of life on the edge, you know, no pun intended. Cool, I'm having it thinking about it. Start talking to myself there. Who's in the manor? So there we go. Nicky Flea, big up, mate. Mark, big up, brother. Good to hear it's better. Cheers. Yes. You know, you're not off-roading again. Now, mate, I'm off-roading, but I'm like on the side of a mountain. It's like, when I was just looking at it, I was thinking, what a plonker, man. Like, it's dangerous. Easy Veritas, big up, girl. Who Garden, big up. Orphan Annie, big up. Looks so man-made. It did, didn't it? It really caught my eye as I was driving. Big up, Squirrel. Yeah, the way they try and make it look natural is literally just attack it. That's what it seems like, because they can just like, even just shooting at it or blowing out with a bomb or something like that, you know? And it's just like, give it a few years after it's rained on it a bit, it's just going to look absolutely natural, isn't it? You really are 007 with them dodgy roads. Oh, no, I shouldn't be driving like that. I don't know why I did. I get excited. Let me just turn the volume down because I think I start talking to myself now. But yeah, look at it. I'm really high up, you know, really high up. I've got full control of the vehicle anyway. But it seems to me that Gozo is Malta. Like, say they smashed up Malta in World War II and then rewrote the history about the place, right? So imagine that the reset before World War II. I'd say that's where Gozo's at. And no one's really like, they've just built on top of stuff and left stuff like poking out. Let me show you what I mean. Let me show you what I mean. Truth Teller Explores. Can you help? Who's the person? No one. Don't know who you're on about. Squirrel. But there's probably loads of people online that can help you. Amazing place. Nicky Lee is amazing. Right now. Right now. I'm just trying to find the right images. Boom. Here we go. I need to present this. It's really chopped up. I shot the world in World. Yeah. I think World War II was probably the last rearrangement, shall we say, of buildings and people, like worldwide. Like, how else are you going to do that sort of stuff. You're gonna have to. It's gonna have to be a world war, isn't it? It's a world war. Right. So, what do you think about then that wall? It looked like some of it was still there. Right. Here we go. There we go. So, what a mess this looks like. Oh, I mean, it just looks like cast concrete, but yellow concrete, doesn't it? That's what it looks like. But the video that's out for tomorrow, 8 p.m. GMT, is literally me examining this area in absolute HD, showing you guys how to spot the difference between the iron sheeting, the squidge marks, why we have the squidge marks, just all of the questions that people would probably want to ask. We get smoothed out in tomorrow's episode. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't claim to be an expert. It's just my opinion. I'm here just looking at this stuff and talking over it, really. And I'll say again, like a broken record, you can think what you want about it. It's your mind, do what you want. I'm just presenting the information with my opinion. And it's actually incredible. There was a massive bit of iron running down there. Absolutely incredible. This was. You can see like the grid block work or grid work. I don't know how you want to present it or call it. Obviously, it's casting these shapes. Something must have went here or gone here. But again, these are all perfect squares, by the way, and triangles. But because it's just been smashed up, you don't see it fully. But like bits like this here, you can see, but not. You'll see in a video. You've got iron sheet in there because it's where it's been cast in between it, and there, and here. You'll notice all this. You'll see all this stuff in the video. Look, like here, you can see that the iron sheeting would have gone here, but because it's come away a long time ago, we don't see it. The only time we do see it is when something's happened to the stone, where it's come away recently and exposed it. If a stone broke away, I don't know, 150, 200 years ago, I don't reckon the iron would be on the wall now. So the only way we're seeing it is luckily that like a block's fallen off the wall, and it's exposed it recently. But here, just showing you here, like individual blocks. This is squidge marks. You can see where they've just packed in bit by bit into the mold. Here, it's just created an absolute independent block. But this is where they've chopped it down, boom, 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 and then they've built on top. So we don't know how high this went or what went on further up. But if you can look at the stones around here, or the stone, you can see like these lines that are going across. And again, if this was marine biology compressed after millions of years, why are we seeing these swirly lines running over what would be in geology like a lifespan of like a couple of 100 million years? So why have we got these lines running over these timelines like that? If it is, I don't know. Yeah, look at this. Triangles and squares. Incredible, isn't it?
Sorry, guys, I had to continue with the phone because the camera's too hot. So, as I was saying, we was just saying that the end of the line is here, and look what I found as we were saying that. Iron in between this block and this block. Can you see that? It's just bonkers now, isn't it? I mean, absolute bonkers. And there's again different colour stone. But that's the end of that line. This here is just pure calcium. It's pure shells. I've made this stone at home, and it is the hardest stone I've ever made, ever. But what's very interesting about it is what come first. Well, this geopolymer was first. Where's the stones? Let me just point something out. I can't even show you now. Them stones made out of geopolymer, or this, because this is a completely different material, which is very strange. So I have this material here, which means they must have sourced an abundant amount of calcium carbonate shells, marine biology, and all that sort of stuff. Here, this is lime, some sort of waterproofing.
some sort of waterproof in here. I don't know what would be here. Maybe this was an access point to get water. I don't know. But I was actually filming something for the video and the camera just overheated and shut down. So I continued it on my phone, and this is what that clip is. So I'm just showing you now. And in the video, I was just showing, I walked along that part of the coastline showing where the iron sheeting is that separates the megalithic blockwork. And it got to the last bit of iron sheeting that I was showing you, or showing the camera. And then the camera just went, see you later. So that's what it was at. That's where we was at. So let me just take it back. So here, this is where we was at, all right?
Sorry guys, I had to continue with the phone because the camera's too hot. So as I was saying, we was just saying that the end of the line is here, and look what I found as we were saying that. Iron in between this block and this block. Can you see that? It's just bonkers now, isn't it? I mean, absolute bonkers. And there's again different colour stones. But that's the end of that line. This here is just pure calcium. It's pure shells. I've made this stone at home.
So that's interesting, isn't it? That is interesting, guys. That is really interesting. Big up for exposing this finally to the world. Cheers. Geometry Pi. You think the iron was simply for energy from weather and channels for water energy? Maybe. Just having a catch up. Glad you're still out in Malta, boots in the ground forever. Big up, Paul. Big up, Nicky Flea, mate. I'll have a look at these pictures in a bit, mate, because I know you've had a right old good time in Sardinia, mate. And I'll probably have a little look at them when I have my dinner, mate. Big up. Did I just see knowledge? Yeah, knowledge. Some of those marks look like they are from bullets. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, mate. You'll see this a lot everywhere, especially on the coastline. And again, shoot it up. It's World War II, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to get a load of men to shoot up the coastline, boom, and let weather do its thing for the next few decades. It's going to look completely natural after that. Are these bubbles or air bullet holes? What pit you on about? Let's go back.
Sorry guys, I had to continue with
these bits. Are you on about? Hang on. Are you on about these bits? Big up squirrel, mate. Yeah, it's like a 3D puzzle, isn't it? Look at that. So like I was saying before, so this is in Valletta now. Well, I'm always in Valletta. But this is actually the entrance to the underground Valletta, or one of the official entrances that gets used by Malta Heritage to do the tours. But it's bang in the centre of Valletta, and it's exactly directly opposite or outside of the courthouse. And when you go on the tour, you actually walk along under all this lot here, and it seems to me, I had the impression like we was walking inside a prison. That's what it seemed like. Now again, just showing you the difference in levels. So this is the ground level now, and then boom, this is a ceiling somewhere in this building, and this is what the whole of Valletta is like. This, it's just all mixed up levels everywhere. Look at that. So that was the ceiling almost, you know. Again, it seems an occurring thing where I go. There seems to be barriers put up or signs, do not go. That someone's pulled it down. Oh, what's going on there? I was just taking these photos because it was just wicked, absolutely wicked photo. Again, you've got this arch. This is fallen down, been exposed. In fact, there's actually a door. Well, not a door, an entrance going into the geopolymer part down here. That's when I mentioned this on a video before, about a month ago, now all this has been thrown in there. And I thought, wow. Honestly, it's like there's people just watching the videos and just going around boxing things off and blocking things up. Some more iron. I wouldn't be surprised if this stuff gets taken down, you know, this iron, because like it doesn't, like, what's it doing there? It's clearly in between the stone as well. There's no denying that. And again, I could be completely wrong. Like, who says this might not be holding in the mixture? This could be something else. But my opinion is holding in the geopolymer. And this is it close up, just for the people to see. It's not iron. You know? Crackers, isn't it? So in like 150 years, this iron, this won't be there, this bit. It will look something like this, or a bit like this. That's my opinion again. So 150 years of weathering, it's going to look something like this. And then a bit longer than that, it's probably going to just look like this, just look like a natural bit of stone. But I will point out that people have gone out of their way to hide this. Look, where they've actually put some sort of concrete in this joint. Why? Maybe to hide the fact that this iron is actually going behind this stone. And here. And again, this is the iron close up going into the joint. So again, this is for the people that are doubting, that are saying it's not iron or anything like that. What are you saying now, cousins? And again, actually thinking about it, this is quite old. Not old, but this is not modern. I've seen this before. I'd say this is, I don't know. But what they've done is to hide the fact that this iron running along the side of this stone goes behind this stone here. So to hide that fact, they've put this concrete there. Why else have they done that? You know? Talk to me, guys. Let's see what people are saying. Do you think that iron could be part of a battery function? High possibility. Very high possibility. No, the picture behind. Frequency patterns galore from man-made foundation. Yeah, I know. The shapes in Malta are completely mental. Different, not natural stuff. I know, it's mental, man. Do you think that iron could be part of? I've read that one. It's good that you have shown all the iron showing documented. Yeah, I've got folders of this stuff. Absolute folders of this stuff. So, and I can't help but notice more and more. And that's why I say it's important. You build up a portfolio, don't you? You store it and you build a portfolio up. There we go. I mean, look at this. This is just an incredible shot. You can see that the original structure, this is a good example, to be honest with you. Here where you've got all the scratch marks going left, right, left, right, left, right, that's the pre-render. And the reason they did that was to pre-render the wall, right? And just to prove what I'm saying, we've actually gone around and I found quite, not a lot of render, but big patches of render on these frequency patterns, especially in Valletta. And they sit directly on top of the scratched up surface. So what I'm getting at, because I always waffle, this bit here you can see has been damaged because it isn't this finished wall no more. It's not this scratch mark part, you know, and even here. But you can see where it's obviously been damaged, blown up. But what I will say, this isn't block work all the way to that back wall, all right? This is just a block work face. Behind this block work is this geopolymer. It's just been damaged. And I know that for a fact because I've been inside all of this and it's all of this stone, right? This particular part that I'm talking about. In fact, all of it. When you see this stuff here, it's just a front in front of the actual damaged stone. Because when you step, this is the top of Valletta. When you go inside all of the geopolymer stone. Let me just show you what I'm saying. Again, this is the stone here. So this is the highest point of Valletta, right? And it goes into the GOP. And that would be up here somewhere, like behind this bridge up there. So that stone is all the way up there. It's this block work is just a face. It's just a face. Behind it is the damaged structure. And again, I'll just say that the reason I'm saying that is because when you walk under the letter, it's all of the limestone. It's not blockwork, it's limestone. And that means you'd be walking around this part here, all in here. So that's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. Oh, salute, Pierre. Big up, mate. What's the go on? The landscape around Nahavo swimming pool in the USA is a beaut. Looks like it was made of all of it. Yeah, wow. Wow, big up, mate. Maximum respect. Whew. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, eh? But this place here, this is one of the best places in my opinion. I love it round here. It's just a shame it's too hot to explore it at the minute. I have no sound. YouTube on my box, no sound on my phone. Strange. Energy patterns made of water. Something storing energy. What does that mean? Maybe. Dean, it's cladding then basically. No, it's actually something called terrazzo, mate. It's actually something called terrazzo. I just didn't want to start branching off and talking about that. So they scratch up the surface and then they add this decorative finish. Modern days, terrazzo is used on the floors in like hot countries like Egypt, like Northern Africa and stuff like that. So yeah, it's not cladding at all. It's terrazzo. I call it render, decorative render, same thing. Next. And again, this is something else I want to show you guys, because remember I showed you in that video yesterday, and it had the boxes on the wall. So it was coming from like the cathedral pipe, goes to a box, and then continues going. I noticed this all around Malta, everywhere. No Mercy sheet, big up. I'm all good, man. How are you? So I just want to present this one and show you this. Again, this is it here, the stone. The houses are built directly on top of it and everything's on top. So, and what you will see is the separation in the blockwork. So this is one here, this is another one. You'll see this crystal clear. One, again, you've got the 45-degree angles. So this is 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4. Another one here, you can see this is a separation. And then something's happened here. So like there's obviously a cavity, but it's been filled in. Behind this could actually just be a cavity of the actual limestone. 30 years ago, I worked for Thames Valley Concrete Fabrications. So I know you're on the money. Don't let them grind you down. Roll up a stinker, laugh out loud. Cheers, Andrew Jones, mate. Maximum respect. Big up, geezer. I keep thinking of fractals when I see the star faults and water patterns. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. But let me just carry on playing this so you can, and I'm sharing the screen, right? Again, I want to show you the separation in the blockwork. So this is where it comes down, like we see before on the video I showed yesterday. So the pipe comes in and it's got this frame here. So a wooden frame is here because you can see the wooden frame went there. So I'd like to know what it was. And you've got another one here and another one here. And I think there's about 6 along this wall. Yeah. It's just rubbish now. Just So what was it for? I mean, what was it? What was it for? Now, modern days, when something's disused or something like that, then this is it seems to be like a union nut or something like that. They've just like branched it in to make it one piece. But in my opinion, something went here, like a meter or something like that. Look at the separation. Good to catch a live. Hope all is good. Yeah, big up Polly Q. I actually saw a lightning ball when I was 16. I was a boat at midnight. It came out from shore and turned right in front of me. Wow. Pierre, this place, mate, is in Zira. So down the road is the old ground. Another place you might know is the car showroom just here. There's a roundabout at the end of this road. So I've come from Tashien and I'm going to Zira, and this is the road. Oh, what's happened? Yes, big up Freedom Seeding. So again, you can see the separation in the block here. This is another one, and it's flapped over. Again, if this was compressed marine biology, sedimentary rock, it wouldn't have vertical lines in it. It wouldn't compress it vertically or horizontally. But that's just my opinion again. Again, you can see something is here. In the full moulding, this is another mixture that's been dolloped on top. So this one actually, if you take that back a second, this one actually has two outlets at the bottom. So it comes in from above and then comes out at two, which is strange. And you can see, look, even down here, you can see that it's quite flush. But again, like I showed you earlier, the video in Gozo, when you still got a part of the wall that's not damaged and it looked impeccable. All you've got to do is like damage it and let nature do its thing, and it's just going to look completely natural. And again, look, another one comes down, goes into two, but what was it for? What was it for? Like, was there and by the way, you've got the little lip here as well. So the pipe that went in here was actually concealed because there's a little lip. And when I mean little lip, it means there was plates that went over that. Right, look, you can see now where my fingers are showing you that a plate went over that. Which is very interesting. I mean, I believe, like, I don't even know what to think here, to be honest with you. Like, is it part of some old world system? Or again, you can see the separation in the block. We took 45-degree angles, going back at 45-degree angles. They love a 3D shape. And I went to look in here to see what's going on, to see if there's like any calcium from the water or anything like that, just to give me an indication of what was going on. Was they feeding cables through there, or was it, again, look, just unbelievable, isn't it? And here again, this one comes down, two outlets again. So what was getting fed by this here? What was coming in and then splitting into two and going somewhere else? Or the other way it could be was two supplies coming in, which I don't think would make sense, and then going into one. The only way that works out is if it's waste and it's going somewhere else, where two come into one or go into one. So I believe something was coming down. It seems to be, I'm going to use the word gravity fed, because it's coming from above, and then it gets split into two after it's been through some sort of metering. But what and where does it go after these two channel marks? Now, we know that this floor is artificial. We know that it's the most current ground level there is. So I wonder if we was to dig this ground up here, within a few feet, we're going to start seeing entrances going back into the stone. Imagine that, because we've got one here. Maybe, let me just take this back 10 seconds. Let me take this back 10 seconds. We've got two outlets. We've got two outlets. Look at this when it comes down. Right, so we've got two outlets. One can come here. Oh, what's happened? Right, so sorry about that, guys. So we've got the two outlets. So this is where we was. That's right. So we've got the two outlets here, right? We've got the two outlets coming down, and it gets split up into two. Maybe this one continues to this house here, or this, whatever this is, and this one went down to the next level. Maybe. I mean, what excuse is this therefore? And again, you have another square cavity here, and faintly you can see a lip, so you know that a frame would have gone there again. And again, you have another channel mark here. So what went in here? Again, with a lip, faint lip. And again, you can see that this is actually a 45-degree cast block. It's unbelievable. This is unbelievable. And again, completely different color mixture from top to bottom. And this seems to have some sort of render on the wall here as well. Like, that's a bit peculiar. Yeah, look, some sort of render or terrazzo. What is this? Let's have a look. Can't even zoom in. But look at the fibers in it. What is that? So you can see that it's about an inch thick because this is the front of it, and then this is the back of it, and this is the back bit that's attached to the wall. So look at it. That's quite interesting that we clocked that. So again, why are they decorating this wall? Again, in my opinion, this was part of the structure, part of the megalithic complex that was poking out. You know, we've got all these little crumbs poking out of the current ground levels. And when you examine the crumbs, you come across little nuggets like this, which is a bit of, like we just had the discussion, a bit of terrazzo or external render, decorative. And again, the question is, why would you be doing it? Why would you be decorating this if it's just a natural limestone block? Again, why is it different colours? Again, I don't know what's going on there. Very strange. Very, very strange. There's one above it as well. And again, you can just see how it flaps over. Some of them congeal together, and some of them, they just flap over. But again, what was going in here? Because I think this is like the 6th or 7th one I've shown you now. But not only that, there has been like double outlets coming out of them. So this was feeding, whatever was coming here was feeding around 20 different places. I can only assume it's for water. But we move on. Again, cut by World War II, but it says weathered as the external. So this just doesn't seem like this was done in World War II to me, because this is as weathered as it is out here. I mean, look at it. It looks extremely old. And you've got the joint mark. Like I said, this stuff is cast in sections. You can see how much of the wall has come away now. Look at this bit here to here. So we're talking about a good 6 inches. And even if you look on the other side, you've actually got service marks running down the wall. And even here, these are actually massive blocks. These blocks are about 1 meter. Oh, sorry. Let me get back to it. These blocks in the background are about 1 meter by 300. So 1 meter long, 300 tall. And they're going down on the full. So like I've shown before, it's all the services would be behind that. And again, why is there all this services? Why is there an abundant amount of pipe work running around all this stuff? Like, what was it used for before? Because, I mean, I don't know. Look. Absolutely damaged. I'll get some funny looks in the old camera. See over there? See what I'm saying? Oh, look, here we go. Again, down here, just down here, you can see this is a block. This is a massive cavity behind it, just like over there. This is the same, right? So a service ran behind this. So why was there services like behind this? Like, what's going on here? Because in the narrative, this was all done in World War II. really see much. Again, what is that? It's just crazy stuff, man. Real crazy stuff. And again, this whole chase mark here is actually falling. So from here to about where I am, it drops about 1 foot, but because it's spread out over about 25 feet, so it's probably dropping about 1 inch every meter or something like that. I don't know. I can't do the mathematics, but something like that. 1 meter, 20 mil, it drops, but it's massive. And again, you know, just by looking on the other side, because it's symmetrical on the other side where the blocks are now. Just below it was the same story. But unfortunately, the ground level on this side is actually covering up the next service line because it's actually below the ground level. I mean, what? Look at this. This stuff is so old. This stuff is so old. I don't know what it is. It's calcium base, like calcium carbonate, with this grey stuff around it. I don't know what it is, but I see it quite a lot, and it's used to hold things into place as well. So you'll see it in the back of things, in the back of depressions, where you can see that some. Also, pipes are held in with this stuff as well. I don't know how old it is or what do you know, but to me it seems very old. But here you can actually see that there's another service, just like this cavity here. It starts under here, but because this road is here, you can't see it. Again, look, you just got this old world like glue just laying everywhere. People just think it's stones and stuff, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just bonkers. It's crazy, isn't it? Huh. So let's see what people are saying about that then, shall we? What's people saying? Let's go back up. Can't look at rock the same cook's fault. Cheers, mate. Yeah, sorry about that. Can you dig it? Looks like rings of tree trunks. Yeah, could be. Yep. Thank you, Paul, for exposing this and opening our eyes. No worries. Thank you. You need to run a metal detector over that ball. What ball? What ball? I feel stupid now. Adam, what ball? Those spirals remind me of coils. Anytime you see a ball like that, run a metal detector and bust it open if you find metal. Okay. Saber Truth. Easy Tiger. Dr. Soul Learning. I wonder if they magnetize their water for health reasons. Interesting. Hiya. Ariella Israel. Big up. Much love and respect. I'm so stoned. Big up, Pierre. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy stuff. Sorry if I've missed any comments. What's that say? Paul, had any idea those square holes? Any idea what are those square holes? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to work out, man. I don't know what they are, but it seems like pipes come into them and then pipes leave them. Strange stuff. Street lighting, very, very high possibility. It could be old world street lighting. Very high possibility. Geopolymer ball. Stay. Right. I've got you, mate. I've got you. Yeah. Big up. The Buddha monsters. Yeah. I'll be there soon, mate. Hey, Paul. Good to see you, brother. Just watched your last video. Cheers, mate. Hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, guys, that's it really. I'm just gonna keep it there. I'll probably be here same time tomorrow. Got a couple. I'm going through my old videos as well, so I'm probably going to do a video on the old World Electrical magazines because they seem to be hits. People seem to love that sort of stuff, and that is what I originally started off on. So I'll be doing that. So for now, thanks for tuning in, guys. Maximum respect, and I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care.